Have you been hearing a lot of talk about intermittent fasting? Are you considering going long periods of time without eating so you can try to lose weight? Well, stick around. We're going to talk about intermittent fasting right now. I want to give a shout out to Helen Patton 491 for giving me this suggestion for a video idea. Actually, she had commented on a video and I said, hey, thanks for commenting. It was a really nice comment. And I asked, hey, is there any other content you'd like to see? And she wrote back and said, I'd be interested in your opinion on electrolytes, intermittent fasting, and if you have tried the Lion diet. She said more stuff, but she liked the videos. So I thought it would be nice to maybe go on a series of responding to her requests. First, I just want to establish what is fasting. So we're going to look at the definition. If I look it up real quick, Google says the definition of fast is abstain from all or some kind of food or drink, especially as a religious observance. Well, as carnivores, abstain from quite a bit of foods. So just fasting in general, we're already meeting that criteria, but this is specifically about intermittent fasting. So let's see what Google has to say about that. Google gives a pretty in-depth definition of this, and we'll cover it real quick. Intermittent fasting is any of various meal timings, schedules that cycle between voluntary fasting and non-fasting over a given period. Methods of intermittent fasting include alternate day fasting, periodic fasting, such as the 5-2 diet, and daily time-restricted eating. So there's a lot of things that fall into that. I think what a lot of people are referencing is something like a 16-8, where they don't eat for 16 hours and then they eat for 8 hours. So I'm going to just talk about my experience because I do want to clarify. I don't have any nutritional background or anything like that. I'm not a doctor. I've never done anything like that. I'm just talking from my own experience with my own diets. If you want to hear about gun security, law enforcement, or maybe marketing and advertising and business, that's my real expertise. But that's what I did for a living or do for a living. But we're talking about carnivore diet in this video, so time for sharing. So the first time I really ever looked into fasting, I was reading a book by Dr. Fong, I think his name was. And it's called, there was two books actually. There was one called The Obesity Code and one called The Diabetes Code. I had sent the Diabetes Code to my mother-in-law because she was diabetic. I went through the Obesity Code and listened to that whole book, and what it really was telling me was fast. It ended up not being something I stuck with. I didn't lose a significant amount of weight. It was just kind of a thing that I did for a very short period of time. From that point until now, I had tried quite a few different diets trying to get into a healthy weight range, and then came carnivore. Carnivore has been a little over 4 months now, and when I first started carnivore, I just ate. I still had cravings for carbohydrates and sweets and all kinds of stuff, and I still had this desire to eat things. So I just ate. Anytime I had a craving for something that wasn't on the list of approved foods for carnivore diet, I just ate more meat, ate more eggs, drank more water. Eventually that nagging craving for something started to go away. I don't really remember the exact point that it went away. I think it went away somewhere around the 2 to 3 week point. But eventually life just got to a point where I was focused on doing things. I would get up in the morning, make myself some coffee. I tend to prefer cold brew, and I would get off to work. My day-to-day seems to be different every day while I'm at work. So I'm always on my feet, or I'm always trying to figure something out. So I usually stay pretty busy, and I don't normally take time for a lunch. So other than the coffee, I pretty much don't eat anything until I get home for dinner. Now that's not intentional. Some days I feel like eating and I'll just stop and get something on my way to work, or I'll make something in the morning before I leave. On Wednesdays, me, my kids, and my father-in-law have a Wednesday morning breakfast. We get together at a restaurant, a local restaurant here, and we all have our breakfast. I usually get a hamburger patty, 4 scrambled eggs, and an order of bacon. And usually by dinner time that day, I'm not really that hungry. But I'll still eat maybe like a pound or so of ground beef or a steak or something. Without intending to, it does seem like I intermittent fast. But that's not my goal or my mission right now. Really, I mean, I'm just guessing. Again, I don't know. I'm not that science guy. I'm thinking that at some point, my body switched over to being able to use fat for energy. It's that keto, fat-adapted transition. And I don't get that hunger signal that I used to get all the time when I was primarily processing carbs. I wouldn't feel bad about anything if I did decide I wanted to eat or if I want to have a snack. I'm not purposely trying not to eat. I personally don't think that people, if they have the same experience as me, need to do the intermittent fasting while they're a carnivore. Really, I think when you're on carnivore, you should really be working to make sure you get as much food as you need. And if you're hungry, listen to your body. Doing this and just listening to my body has gotten me down to, I think, what people would consider a healthy weight. I think eating this way with not really intending to do intermittent fasting is probably the ideal way to go for most people. And just eat whenever you feel hungry, and then when you're not hungry, you don't eat. And for me, it used to be like, I'm not hungry, I'm just bored and I want to eat. But since I've been doing carnivore, I haven't really felt that anymore. Like after that first 2 or 3 weeks, that feeling isn't there anymore. I'm not bored eating. I'm just eating because it's time to eat. I haven't eaten all day and I need to get some protein. When I first started this diet, I gave myself a challenge of being a very strict carnivore for a 90-day challenge. And I didn't know what I would do after the 90 days, but I wanted to at least do the 90 days. Well, if you want to check out how my first 30 days went, go look at this video here. And I hope you have a good day. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you later.